Hi, hello, it's Nikki and welcome to my messy bookshelf. Today I'm here with a tag video. I am finally back to doing tags, and this tag is the New Year New Me tag. And I should probably call it the New Year Same Me tag because here I am, as usual, late with everything that I do. But I feel like it's sufficiently early in the year to do this tag. So this tag was created by Kevin Toll Reads, and I was tagged by Cliff from Cliff's Dark Gems. And thank you for the tag, and thank you for the wonderful tag, Kevin. So there are a few prompts, and I will just get right into it. So the first prompt is, what is one book from your 2026 reading goals that scares you? And this is a goal that I have had in the back of my mind for a few months, since around October, around spooky season. And I decided that this upcoming spooky season that I wanted to finally read The House of Leaves. And this book is very intimidating to me because I have heard so many people say they had trouble with it. And I know that the format of the book is very strange. It's about a creepy house that changes on the inside, and rooms appear and disappear at will. So it is very strange. And yeah, there are some pages with one word on it and some pages that have highlights, and then you see like there. So it intrigued me because I do love books that are very unconventional in the way that they're written. So I do enjoy that, but I am very intimidated by this book. And I did really want to get to this upcoming spooky season. So hopefully I can say that I finally got through that. That book has been sitting on my shelf for quite some time. Yeah. Next prompt is, what is one book on your 2026 reading goals that you want to start immediately? And I kind of already did. And that book is a brick of a book. And it is The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. I don't feel like this book needs any introduction. I was flipping through it and started reading the first few pages. I've always wanted to read it. And yeah, I want to read it. And it is a massive book. So I think I'm going to take my time with it, but I do think I am going to stick with it because when I started reading the first few pages, I did not want to stop. So here we have The Count of Monte Cristo, and this is a story about revenge and a young man who is wrongfully imprisoned, and the rest of the story is about revenge. So seems pretty great so far, I won't lie. Next question, what book last year pushed you to reflect and or grow as a reader? And for this one, I had a hard time narrowing this one down, but in the end, there was really one that I felt really fit this prompt, and that is Moby Dick by Herman Melville. I loved it. It was great. There was so much that I learned from this book. I enjoyed his writing. I enjoyed his characters, the friendships, and I enjoyed the references to all kinds of obscure things that me as a person living in the 21st century has no idea what they are. So yes, I don't annotate often, but this is one that I made quite a lengthy entry into or a few entries into my journal, and also annotated. So I do feel like this book helped me grow as a reader, and it's one that it had been on my bucket list for years, so I was very happy to finally get through it, and not only that, but enjoy it. So yeah. And then the next one is, what is one author you plan to try for the first time in 2026? And I think this is going to be the year that I finally read Stephen King. I have never read a Stephen King book, and this one has been popping up in my mind because what's it called? It's a dystopian novel, post-apocalyptic, about a deadly flu that wipes out like 99% of humanity. So I have been on a little kick lately, and this seemed like the perfect one. I am not into ultra horrific books with all the gore and things like that, but I do love a good creepy, scary book at the same time. So I felt like The Stand was the one to go with. Next prompt. What is one book and or series you revisit for comfort? And for me, it's kind of hard to narrow that down because I am a chronic rereader. I think it depends on the mood, but if I had to say just one series, I would have to say Agatha Christie and her Hercule Poirot books, because I think those are my most reread books. Though I have frequently reread the Lord of the Rings trilogy, as well as a couple of other books on my shelf. But I think the Hercule Poirot books, I have read them a lot. So, next question is, what is your favorite debut book or a first book in a series that you read last year? This one, I didn't read a whole lot of first books in series last year, but there were a couple. And the one that stands out to me is actually a middle grade, and that is Small Spaces. And this is by Catherine Arden, and this is a story about an 11-year-old girl named Ollie who is dealing with a tragic event that happened in her life, and she is making friends again in school after this event, and they encounter a very creepy situation on a school field trip to a like pumpkin patch farm type thing, and there are scarecrows. So it was deliciously creepy, just the right amount of creepy where I wanted to keep going and I was creeped out, but not something that kept me up for days on end. So I loved this book, and I actually read the second in the series. So yeah. And do I have a specific reading goal or challenge for the year ahead? So my challenge or my goals for this year were pretty low key because I wanted to be easy on myself this year. I am participating in Ellen's diversity book bingo. A side quest to that is I do want to read more translated works, and I think that I will be doing that this year. Another thing is I wanted to kind of curate more of my nonfiction to fit with whatever fiction that I'm reading. So yeah. And then bonus question, do you have a non-book related goal for 2026? And I think that it probably similar to everyone's, it's fitness. I was getting back into running last year and I suffered a setback when I got a minor injury. And yeah, I would like to continue that and get back to where I was, a few years ago. So fitness, I would like to run in a race because I used to love doing like 5Ks and 10Ks and things like that. So but yeah, those are the questions, and I will tag a couple of people down below. And if you are interested in this tag, of course, you are tagged as well. But I thought this was a wonderful tag and a wonderful way to reflect or to sort of consider the plans that we have for the upcoming year, because it is still just February, but yeah, we're already almost in March. But I thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.